Hello everybody. You can see that I cover my paper with charcoal first. I spread it with paper towel and now I'm making a gesture of my future figurine. And I just took couple shapes. It's gonna be conus and it's gonna be a box that I'm gonna show you how to make it. Not like I would like you to to do two of them. I would like you to do four of them, but the idea is how to make it and how to clean the dark and light and what the values is the same for every figure there. So I start with my vertical line on the middle and horizontal line on the bottom of the conus to make a little bit of the ellipse on the bottom and to make a very symmetrical size conus. While I'm working with that, I'm working with very light lines and my pencils are not pushing. So yes, it's gonna be lines, but then I'm gonna clean it up. I will figure out which one is darker, which one is lighter. Now I started to clean it up and I start carefully to clean up the edges, and I figure that my conus is white and it's lighter than the background. So my background gonna be number 4. You can see the number 4 background right now already there. I might clean it up a little bit or might leave it like that, but it's definitely gonna be darker as my conus, and I have shadow on a conus. Outline it immediately, and now I start with my eraser. I make a sharper line with my needle eraser, as well as you need to do. See, I got a line again. I got a line, but I'm gonna move that line to make a shape of it. I'm not gonna leave. See how I am making shape? I'm getting little bit outside of the line and I work against the shape. So to show the shape of the round object, and conus is round object, I will clean it. I will clean some charcoal and add some charcoal and clean it again, and I'm working like this piece of clay, like the sculpture working with a full piece of clay. So you can see I'm moving it against the lines and I'm making my shadow. The cast shadow is sharp. Remember to do the cast shadow flat and sharp, you have to do the sharp edges, and also it's pretty much flat values there. It could be different value on a shadow. In this case, it's just one value shadow, number 5, but even if you do different values of shadow, it needs to be flat. To show its flatness, you have to do the sharp edges. As you can see on my conus, is edges already soft and I try to keep them soft. So I am taking it a little bit more, cleaning it around with my eraser, add a little bit of charcoal and so on. But I always keep in mind that soft shadow on a conus form shadow and very sharp cast shadow. And so to do the soft knot lines, I moved it in vertical lines. So I kind of like sliding against the form of my conus, and it's giving me advantage of soft shadow and light. I start to work with white pencil to make the number one values, and you need to use it as well. It's charcoal pencil. If you don't have a charcoal pencil, any white chalk would work here. If you have the white paper though, you probably can clean it to the white original value, but I have original value gray, and plus the charcoal that I use is making it even more gray, and so I use a white charcoal. Before I put a white charcoal on my drawing, on my paper, I clean it up from the black one, and so it's working together, cleaning it and adding the white charcoal for number one, and it's on the light side where the lights comes, and then it goes around and making a shadow, form shadow. Form shadow is pretty dark because it's out completely out of light. In my case, if you have a different light, if you comes from above, not from one side, it's probably gonna be different. So look at your subject to understand where your shadow gonna be and how deep is your cast shadow. If your light is a little bit less than mine direct, so you probably gonna have less dark shadow. It's not gonna be number 5, it's for example number 4, and number 5 is only under the subject, so look carefully for that. Now I start to work with my box, and it's not like I have a box in front of me, but I will just show you how to clean the value, and the value on a box on one plane of the box, and I see 3 planes in this direction in my view, so I will show the shadow and where lights comes, and again the shadow is flat, so it's a cast shadow with sharp edges, but as well as the sharp edges on a box, but the one plane on a box can have couple different values, and you it's more values as there, it's looking much better. And then again, I'm working with solid shapes. I don't work with lines. Solid shapes is my aim. You could see I was working with needle eraser, and my eraser is pretty black already, dirty from the charcoal. But anyway, I cleaned everything I needed to, and now I'm working with one white pencil, charcoal pencil, and I make a gradation so it's not all the same. On the top I see lots of white, light white on the top of my box, and then on the side I kind of, the light that is on the corner is gradually goes to number 2 or even number 3 value, and then I add a little bit darkness to my cast shadow. So my cast shadow is number 5 value and number 4 on the side, on the shadow, on the box that the light cannot come. So it's not all the same, and I try to avoid the lines. Of course, it's some lines there, and I'm trying to fix it with background. See, background is a little bit lighter, and so yes, it's some darkness to separate the paper or background from the box, but it's mostly shapes that I'm trying to produce and trying to make, and so my shapes are separating everything from the dark and light, and also I made it lighter light, much lighter than my background I don't touch with white chalk, and so it's getting solid shape. Come in, see that I make it a little bit darker with eraser. So I hope you have fun doing all of these figurines.